Well, what a deal.
We're back live again.
Well, I think so. Well,
Awesome.
these storms going through is just is unbelievable what we keep running into, but we should be good to go now.
I know my satellite went out, and you're the one that went off air.
Yeah, it's just crazy how that works sometimes. But in the meantime, we're back. We'll continue on to where we was at and go from there.
Yeah, yeah. We was talking about the, Bill Dance. Being would be a good role model for the regulations. I mean, nationwide. When he helped Tennessee, his home state. I mean, they wasn't no problem with that. Commercial fishermen, everybody, they knew what the pay lakes were doing, and the commercial fishermen, they wanted to protect what they had too. Same way in Alabama, the commercial fishermen and the sportsmen, they were there together against the out of state people. And the commercial guys, they don't want them big catfish. I talked to a guy the other day. I was standing there at his commercial fishing boat. I was checking his trot lines out, and his hooks are crappie hooks. They're gold crappie hooks. He said, if the fish bends this hook, I don't need him. He can leave. So they don't want the big hooks. They're making their trot lines with crappie hooks on them. Um, so these guys, they just want to go out, and get eating size fish, and by the fish straightening the hook out, that's just fish they don't have to take back off the trot line, or them have to sit there and be stressed out for a while, because I sit there with my hand and I could straighten one of them hooks straight out with my hand. That's how
Right.
easy it was to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, mm,
yeah. Bill Dance came into Alabama and did that, helped out a lot, sent letters, and all that stuff. And Daniel Parsons just sent me a message that said, here's some good info. And not in 2012, Alabama freshwater angling and tourism expenditures were eight $898 billion.
that's a lot of dough.
So I mean, 898 million. So that's that tells you something. You have these regulations, and I see all these guys on Facebook. I mean, just the ones that I'm friends with are down here coming into state fishing, because they can't catch anything up there. So,
That's it. And uh, these guys do spend a lot of money. They put a lot of miles on. They travel all over looking for decent fish. And we're not talking about every fish you catch being 100 pounds. But when you can't go out for days and days on end and catch anything other than 10 pounds and under, there's something wrong. Your fishery's overfished. It's just that simple.
right. So, I mean, all these states, they can have their Six Flags, and they can have, Alabama has, a few things. You got Huntsville, Space and Rocket Center, that people go up there to. And we got Gulf Shores. We got a small beach down south of a little bit of coastline that brings in people for tourism. But, most of our stuff is, freshwater fishing. That's, in the North Alabama part. And guys come in and fish these bass tournaments, come in for catfishing. And these state parks up there, they stay loaded down, and these cities up there, they know that they are fishing cities. They are there to support these fishermen when they come in from out of town.
Yep, and that's just it. And it's just it's not just uh, on the Ohio River. There's a lot of other places that has drastically uh, been affected by things like this. And like I say, they got a good deal going over there. And if anybody that can make that meeting needs to be to go to it over in Indiana and help these guys out, because the next stop may be your neck of the woods. Uh, what else you got tonight, Chuck?
Oh, that's about it for right now. I was gonna let you go over some of your stuff.
Okay, all right. Um, I've got a couple of notes here. Um, one of the things that Chuck and I was talking about this before the show started, and they was at a tournament and some people had left and nobody done it. This is just a courtesy thing. But if you're in a tournament somewhere and you're not doing any good, or you're having some issues and you make it back to the ramp, contact your tournament director and let them in. Uh, Tell them that you're leaving so they don't send a search party out looking for you or try to contact you and you be out of service somewhere. They don't know if you're in still in the tournament and you've got boat trouble. There's any number of things that can happen when you're out. So if you leave a tournament, let these guys know that you've left. It's a courtesy thing. It's a safety thing. I honestly think that this ought to be a regulation that put in all the tournament rules. It only take a minute to put in there, but we've had guys that was stranded in tournaments before, and some of them went out and got them. Some of them pulled them in on their way in. Some of them went on and weighed in, and then some of us went back out and pulled them in later, whether they run out of gas or motors went out or whatever the case may be. But if you leave a tournament early and there's nobody around, call them. Everybody's got cell phones. You can get a hold of somebody to let them know that you have left the tournament and won't be at weigh-in. So there's no worries about whether you're broke down or had boat trouble or something happened. It's just a courtesy thing. I thought we might ought to bring that up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, as like I say, it's just common courtesy. But these guys, I know guys that went out looking for people after the tournament, and thought they knew where these guys at, and looked for 2 or 3 hours for them, couldn't find out they's home watching TV, and that's kind of ridiculous. It only takes a second to make a phone call, and like I said, everyone's got cell phones and all that stuff now, so it's just a courtesy thing, and everybody should be able to make that call. I wanted to visit with you a little bit tonight, and you'll probably have some information on this too, Chuck. The deal going over the regulations that we was talking about is August 24th. That meeting that you and I was talking about at Spring Mill Inn, the Lakeview Room, and it's in Indiana. So you guys need to either get a hold of Mark Burlingame, Claude Reynolds, some of these guys that are familiar with that area. I know Justin Browning has some stuff to do with it. There's a lot of guys. If you can make that, get a hold of them guys. But that's where the meeting is going to be at, and it's a good cause. If you get a chance, get over there. Another thing I wanted to talk about was I got a note before the show tonight from Claude, and he was telling me about this Children's Miracle Network tournament that's coming up. I'm trying to find the note now. I'm kind of lost here after the thing went out, but Janet Fox or Bink or some of these guys can help you out with that. Just a second here, I'll have it up. I think I'll have it up. Children's Miracle Network. This is in Mason, West Virginia, August 1st, 2015. This is a great cause. If you guys go to it, and if you live within driving distance and you want to fish a tournament, it's $60 per team. Additional persons, $30. It'll be from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is a worthwhile thing. And I know Janet and Bink are big into it, and Claude fishes that. And there's some other guys out there, probably Justin and Tabitha probably go to that. And if you're looking for a place to fish for some competition, August 1st, that would be a good place to go if you're in the Mason, West Virginia area. Canton, Missouri, August 8th, 7 to 3 will be the Jack and Jill tournament for Twisted Cat Outdoors. Now, this tournament requires that you have a minimum of 1 male and 1 female in the tournament. You are allowed a third person in the boat of either sex. Uh, this is to promote bringing more ladies into the sport. We had this last year in LaGrange. We had an outstanding turnout. Everybody had a lot of fun. Didn't everybody catch a lot of fish? But that was because it was during the spawn. This year it is not. Um, Now, there be some competition there. There's going to be a lot of good male, female competitors there. I know last year Jason and Vicky Mathena was up there and got second. They had a really good day for the conditions last year. Jason Burgess, Troy Hansen, Amy Smith will be down. So if you think you're just going to get a walk in the park, it's going to be pretty tough sledding up there, but it will be a lot of fun. The Canton area has got behind this with a whole bunch of different things coming on board with it. And I believe, if I am correct, that there's guaranteed $3,000 for first place. Plus, there is $300 Sea Arc money for the top placing Sea Arc in the tournament. Now, this does not mean that you got to win the tournament. If you finish 40th and you're the first Sea Arc, you still win the Sea Arc money. And this is brought to you by Sea Arc and Dave's Marine. So other sponsors that have kicked in some stuff is Yeti Coolers, Airco, the showmecanton.com. You can get on there, but there is a motel block up there for you that want to stay. You get on the Twisted Cat Outdoor page. It's the Centerstone Inn, but there's a limited number of rooms for that. So if you guys want to stay all night or a couple of nights, the reservations have to be made by Friday the 31st. And just get on the Facebook page for Twisted Cat Outdoors, and all the information will be there. And you can contact them and get you one. It's a really good time, and it's a lot of good people will be there. And like I say, there'll be some of the toughest men, women teams in the nation will be there. Doc and Lynn Lang drove over last year. Chad Wall and Glenda come over. It's a lot of fun, and it's promoting the sport to all, males and females. And it'd really be cool if Janet and Bink and Doc and them could all come over this year. I know it's a long way, but it's a lot of fun, and I'd like to see as many people there as we can get there. You guys in chat got anything for us? Jump right in there and get her up so we can get it on here tonight. This is stuff that we was talking about for this month and what stuff that are upcoming. So if you have anything, let us know. Glad to see Seth McAllister in there. Another tough male-female team be coming from over around Chicago, Illinois, be at the tournament. Justin Wolf will be there, and I can't remember his new wife's name. I'm sorry, Justin, but Justin is tough everywhere he goes. So you guys can jump on in there and get you some of this. It'll be pretty tough.
Okay, I posted the link for the Indiana summit. I don't know what's going on with my feed. Can you hear me, Lyle?
Yep, I got you, man.
Okay, I posted a link. They want you to go on there and comment on the regulation. You'll go down to the regulation about the catfish. You'll scroll over to the right and it'll say comment on this rule. Go in there and leave your comments on it. Let them know, what you feel about it. You can go in there and you can view the rule. You can view the timeline and all that. So get on there and get it done. Help these guys out. You don't have to live in state. Anybody can do it.
I actually done that and then posted my comment is that I made to them, so everybody know how I stood when I made my comment. So that's something good. And anytime that you can contact these conservation departments or DNR or whoever it is, they give you the opportunity to voice your opinion. That's the time to do it. Don't mess around. Go ahead and get it in there. Jim Loudermilk says he's coming to the tournament. Shannon is Justin Wolf's wife's name. I'm sorry, Shannon, I couldn't remember, but some things I can and can't remember. Seth McAllister said him and his wife's going to be in Vegas, so they're not going to be there. That just gives us more room. Sure hate to miss you guys. You all are a lot of fun. We enjoy you being at all the tournaments. So we'll see you at the next one. There's been a lot of pictures and stuff posted on the Catfish Weekly page. My mouse is locked up on my computer. One of the things that I want to mention is we are conservation minded with Catfish Weekly. We enjoy you guys putting your pictures up there. We enjoy the pictures of the kids and stuff. If you're holding a big old fish and you're in your backyard and you're getting ready to cut that baby up, that it doesn't necessarily have to be on there. You know, we don't go along with a lot of that stuff. I'm not going to be mad about it if you put it on there, but the end result is we are for catch and release, and I'd like to see all the pictures, and the ones of the kids are the very best, and there has really been some good pictures on there lately. So please keep them coming. There is just tons of people that are taking kids out and getting them involved with catfishing, and there's nothing better going on. Alan Powell had some really nice pictures on there. Another thing that I wanted to mention while we're at it, next week, I believe it is, Josh Vanover is supposed to be on the show with the Bruce Midkiff Memorial Catfishing Tournament. So next week, Josh will be on here, and we will be talking about this free entry catfishing tournament, September the 19th. They have some pretty good prize package coming out with I'm not sure of the payout. He'll know all that next week, but it's a free entry at the Cannleton Dam, and you can go in and win you a little bit of money or prizes and different things, and it doesn't cost you anything to enter a tournament. It's the only tournament of that kind that I'm aware of. You know anything about any of the others, Chuck?
I sure don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, this one's going to be a really good one. He's saying that there should be some more guys helping out with this, maybe some more money added. I mean, there's even something in there for me. There's $50 skunk money and $50 smallest fish, which, I'm fully qualified to get one of those. I mean, it'll really be good. I just wish I had enough vacation time to hit at least a quarter of these tournaments that come along. But you just got to pick and prioritize what you think you can get done, and can't hit them all, but I would love to.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm the same way. And it'd be nice if you could get to a lot more of them than we do. But it is what it is, when they're that far away, and we're looking at 8 or 9 hours for me, and that's just not in the cards for this time. But maybe we can work it in for next year or something. I understand they're going to try to make an annual event out of that, and that's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, not being able to go to the Indiana Catfish Summit, since this has started coming up, that's been something that's been on my mind a whole lot. I do have a day or two of vacation that I could, use on this. I like to have a couple of days put back for emergencies, but I've already had, some guys tell me to, come on up and stay with me. You'll have somewhere to stay, which is, very good. You don't see that nowhere else, not knowing anybody and just saying, "Hey, come stay at our house."
That's
But,
true.
it's going to be awesome. You get to, go to a lot of these tournaments that are, far away, and get to be around your friends for, maybe 4 or 5 hours. There's so much pre-fishing going on, and running around getting bait. You may have time to go out to eat with them for a minute. You get to see them at the captain's meeting the night before, and then probably at weigh-in. But if you run up to the summit, you'll probably get to hang out with them more during this than you would at any other tournament. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, it'd be a lot of fun, and that's one of the biggest. We talk a lot about Aaron Wheatley and Monsters on the Ohio, and that's what makes that such a great tournament is everybody staying there and eating out together and standing outside the motel rooms till wee hours of the morning and going and blowing and telling lies and truths and talking about fishing and gear and boats and all the stuff. And it's just it's an outstanding tournament to go to, and I'm sure that this one coming up will be a great tournament down there too. But like I say, I don't know of any other place that they get the support where they can have a payout and prize packages and no entry fee. That's the first one I've ever heard of like that. So hopefully everything will turn out and they'll have a great crowd down there. And I understand the gentleman that this tournament is named after. This memorial tournament is from is the state record holder of the biggest blue cat caught down there. Is that right, Chuck?
yes, I believe it's the state record. Um, and then from what I understand, it was also a catch and release. Um,
Outstanding.
yeah, so Josh is doing this to honor him for his sportsmanship. Plus, since he's passed on, and I also seen on one of Josh's posts where, um, his one of his relatives, she had the last name as him, actually tagged his son and said, "Can you believe what they're doing for him? Wouldn't you love to be there for that tournament?" And I looked his son up, looked at his page, and I believe he's living over in Missouri somewhere. But that's he really loved that his father was getting honored by this tournament, and so that's really good that Josh is doing this, and that he's got a lot of people jumping on board and helping out.
That's awesome. Um, I don't know. Like I say, that is to me is mind boggling how they can do that and get that much support without entry fees. But I'm glad they've got it done. And Josh will be on here next week and he'll tell us all about it and all the specifics and we'll get it figured out and everybody will know. That way they can make their arrangements to go down there. One of the things we haven't talked about for a while is the catfishing advocates deal that's going on out in Maryland and those areas. Do you have any updates on that stuff, Chuck?
No, I don't.
Okay, I know Greg, Aaron, and them guys will be getting their ad back up here. I didn't know it was off of here. I was looking for it just a second ago, and no, there it is. Bay Catfishing Advocates. You guys need to stay on top of this. I know they're really fighting to keep this stuff going. They're calling these catfish invasive species and stuff, and once you put them in there and they grow the proportions that they are in that area, there's no way they can say they're invasive species. They put them there, and basically they're there to stay, and they want to eradicate them. So get with these guys and support them. Save the flatheads and the blues that are out there. You guys have got a great fishery, and there's no reason to let this get away from you at this point.
Yes, I've been messaging back and forth with Brad Herstetter, and he's got a lot of good ideas. He does a lot of stuff for the Bay Catfish Advocate. Um, he's going to be putting a survey up on the Bay Catfish Advocate about Pay Lake survey. Just so everybody can see where everybody stands. It's going to have questions like, do you own a pay lake? Do you supply catfish to a pay lake? And then on down, it's going to ask all kind of questions. It's a big poll. So everybody go, to the Bay Catfish Advocate. I don't know if he's posted it yet or not, but just keep checked out and, go take that survey, because these little surveys and stuff, they really, really help out.
Oh, they really do. And these guys look at this stuff. So anytime you get a chance to promote something like that, be sure and do it. Greg just posted on the chat that they have some news coming up So be looking forward to that in the next couple of weeks. I'm sure they'll let us know, and once they get us the information, we'll share it with you guys. Um, Brunswick, Missouri this weekend, Saturday night, Kansas City Catfish is having a big tournament up there. You guys are interested. That is a big fish area. There'll be guys from all over fishing this. If you get a chance, run over and see Brad, get signed up. I don't know for sure if you can still get early entry fee in, but if not, you can get a hold of Brad Kilpatrick at Kansas City Catfish. He'll give you all the specifics. This is generally a huge turnout, big payout event. So I believe it starts at 7 and ends at 8 the next morning or something like that. But this is a big fish area on the Missouri River, and they ought to lay them out over there. So if you get a chance to make that, go on over there and get involved. We've had so much flooding and so much poor water that a lot of the people have not had a chance to get out. And I know you haven't had that down in your area, Chuck, but the rivers have just been horrendous around here, and only the brave get a chance to get out on them. I know Jason Mathena and Justin Wolf and some of them guys get out once in a while and go down there. I seen Dwayne had been out on the river the other day, but the trash and the stuff, if you guys get out on this water, please be careful. There's trees and junk and all kinds of crap that's floating down these rivers. We don't want anybody to get hurt. Bear that in mind, especially if you guys are out at night fishing some of these tournaments or just fun fishing. Be safe. Don't get yourself in trouble. Thank you so much, Heath Malone. You are the man to send me a message like that. I appreciate it so much. He said, I've only missed a couple of shows, but damn, you look old. Well, you're the man. I don't know what to say. I can't help that, but it is what it is. That's a hell of a thing to tell somebody when they're trying to do a live show.
Oh yeah, you don't have a complex now.
I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. I'm going to share something with you guys that I normally would not do. Um, Here a while back, Chris Jones had lost a dog he'd had for a long time, and it was really close. He took it on a lot of his guide trips. He took her fishing all the time, and he had a tournament and stuff in memory of her. And the money was donated to a local shelter for animals and stuff. That was a good deal. And I talked to Chuck about this the other day. I had kind of a tough weekend. My dachshund Rusty was 14 years old, and he developed cancer and got really bad, and we had to put him down Saturday. It's just pretty lonely around here. I moved from one bench to the next working till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, most every morning. And, he'd just move wherever I did and lay at the bottom of my feet and stay there until I went to bed, and then he'd go to bed. And it's kind of lonely around here without him, and I'm sure going to miss him. So I know what you're going through, Chris. It's been a pretty tough roll, but we'll survive, and he's better off, and I'll get to be with him one day, fish some more. Anything else you got tonight, Chuck?
No, that's about it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have anything that I'm really pushing on. If you guys in chat got anything that you want to discuss or talk about, now is the time. Let us know so we can get it on here before we wind her up. I don't know. I don't see. Usually Chad's on here, but I don't see him if he's got anything going on or not. Hello, Mike. How you doing?
I posted a pay. I posted a flathead picture over on the chat. This was a flathead. Not many people seen it. There's a guy that I'm friends with on Facebook that we've got like 3 mutual friends, so I guess not many people seen it. But that flathead was caught on Wheeler uh, down in the Skinny Water this past week, and the guys pulled it in the pontoon boat, took a picture with it, and released it. And they were saying, I don't know if it looks 100 pounds to me, but you know, the state record flathead's 80 pounds, and they caught and released it. I don't know if that would have been a new state record or not, but it's a very nice flathead, and they were just worried about it living. One guy's got his hands in the gills, but he didn't know any better.
Well,
The
and
guy,
that's part of learning.
yeah, the guy needed a little bit of help. I've seen some of the best catfishermen in the world do it on TV.
Yep.
So I want to say, good job to these guys that, had a good time, got this fish of a lifetime in the boat, got their picture taken, and got it back in the waters, as soon as possible. And, might have missed out on the state record. I have no idea what that flathead weighs, but it looks like it'd be pushing it.
We Heath Maloney just posted a picture in chat. Him and Jason went out to a deal this over the weekend, and they took out a young man and took him catfishing. And I understand if there was several of these boaters that put their time and money in to take these young folks out and take them fishing. That is an outstanding gesture, something to do to take young people out and get them involved in catfishing. So many of them are sucked in and tangled up with TVs and video games and whatever it is that they do these days, and to take these young guys out and let them fish and try to show them what the outdoors is about is just an outstanding thing. And thank you guys for doing that. And if you check out their Indiana Hunter page, I believe there's a video or a part of a video on there where they was involved with this thing, and it's worthwhile to check that out. So it's pretty good. Pretty good deal. Well, next week, Josh Vanover will be on our show. So hopefully we get everything straightened out about the tournament coming up down there. Unless you have something else, Chuck, I think we're about ready.
No, that's all I've got for tonight.
All right. We will see everybody next Monday night right here, Catfish Weekly.